But I could I could be around Floyd. Don't get me wrong. I love being around him. He cool to me, cool dude, whatever. But I can't be around him that long because he gonna do something that ticks me off. He gonna do something that tick me off, and I ain't the type that hold it in like his people that he pay and that work for him. They ain't gonna say nothing. Me, I'ma say something, and then you know, I don't hold back no words. I don't, and I don't care who you in front of or who.
No, he's just a big spender. You can't spend like that, you know. Like,
this guy has a lot of chains.
So many chains, bro. That's chains. That's a depreciating asset. Get yourself something that'll hold value.
Adrien Broner has finally shared his view on the recent Mayweather troubles. As it currently stands, firms, corporations, and even the pros have revealed where Mayweather stands in his financial life. Let's catch you up.
He owes a bunch of gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, what do you call it?
According to Broner, the talks of Floyd being broke are true, but may not be visually evident for now. To him, while Floyd might still have the money to coast for a couple of years, maybe even a little longer if he cuts back, there's a real risk that it could all come crashing down. Broner believes if Mayweather doesn't get a handle on his spending habits, if he doesn't make the right financial moves soon, then the man once known as Money could end up broke just like many greats before him. He says Floyd's obsession with appearing rich might just be the thing that destroys him, and that's something even other pros have expressed.
Yeah. Of boxing. Just
also like money.
But I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Floyd, are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
To Broner, Mayweather's real estate plays are a red flag. He doesn't see a smart long-term investment plan when he looks at Floyd's reported $400 million Manhattan acquisition. Instead, Broner sees a guy trying to take a shortcut to riches without doing the due diligence. Either Mayweather didn't read or understand the contract, or he's lying about the deal altogether. Because nobody, not even a billionaire, drops that kind of cash in New York without expecting massive returns. And in a market like Manhattan with sky-high prices and relatively slow rental yields, you don't double your money overnight, especially not if your lifestyle demands a private jet, a mansion in every state, and a watch that costs more than most people's homes.
Into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Broner thinks Floyd is slipping, and he might be right. You can count on the fingers of one hand the number of boxing champions who managed to stay financially secure after their careers ended. Most of them end up broke with nothing but memories and maybe a few belts gathering dust. Some get swindled by managers, others by shady promoters or fast-talking financial advisors. Many just blow through their millions trying to maintain an image that was often more expensive to protect than to build. It's a tragic pattern in boxing. And now in recent months, the talks are growing louder, official calls being made, and even insiders revealing details that point to one thing. Floyd Mayweather, the face of wealth in the fight game, might be running out of money.
So the money's really gone.
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money.
And it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money is gone. Trust me. Now it's like you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
Even with all the flash and bravado Mayweather still shows online, there's a sense of something unraveling. On his Instagram, he still posts photos holding stacks of cash, dressed in diamond-dripped outfits, standing next to his private jet. He wants the world to believe he's pulling in $300 million a month from various ventures, including an adult nightclub, luxury clothing lines, and his promotional company. But even that story has holes. Because behind all the sparkle, the lawsuits, sales of prime property, and mounting unpaid bills paint a very different picture.
I seen him somewhere on something. He looked like a bum.
Floyd?
He was looking like a bum, like he ain't shaved in months.
Oh yeah, I seen that too.
There's no way this man is
seen
broke.
that too.
There's no way.
Yeah.
If he is, I don't know where the money went to.
Exactly.
You know what? Yeah, what y'all say earlier?
He ran up $1 billion.
Mayweather's spending habits are legendary. This is a man who once spent $50,000 on a diamond-encrusted iPod case. Not a phone, just the case for a music player. He dropped $18 million on a single wristwatch and owns a sports car worth around $5 million. New updates even reveal that he pays his barbers $100,000 just for a haircut, and putting on new pairs of shoes, and he throws away underwear after wearing them once. Innerwears that cost more than $6,000 a pop. He gambles big on sports and doesn't hesitate to share his betting slips, showing off winnings, but never the losses.
The only time I got close to embracing gambling was when I was hanging out with Floyd Mayweather. He would bet on everything. $250,000 on if someone would make a half-court shot during halftime of a basketball game. $1 million on a preseason football game because he fed off of that sort of adrenaline. When he'd win one of those bets, he'd ride that energy for days. All-night parties followed by trips to the auto dealer in the morning. But when he lost, it was a different story. If his team lost at 8 p.m., he could have 30 people in his suite.
To silence critics who suggested he was going broke, Mayweather even tried to announce he'd made a massive move into real estate. He claimed to have bought multiple buildings in New York City for over $400 million. He boldly stated, "All the buildings belong to me." But what followed this year was real estate experts quickly questioning that. After a close look, public records showed no changes in ownership, nothing that could be tied directly to Mayweather. In Manhattan, where every square foot is worth thousands, such a deal would be hard to keep hidden or invisible. The lack of transparency fueled suspicions that the entire announcement might have been a bluff, a flashy distraction meant to keep his reputation as Mr. Money intact.
How in 36 months, of course, with one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month. But
what investment is that?
Just in real estate.
Got you.
And I'm heavy in real estate. I'm real heavy in real estate. Even though, I got my own liquid, and that means cash. For those, I break it down in layman's terms. Even though.
Around the same time, he quietly put up for sale his luxury homes in Florida and Beverly Hills. The timing raised eyebrows. So did the lawsuit filed by a Miami-based jeweler who claimed Floyd owed him over $4 million for high-end watches and custom jewelry pieces. When you owe millions to your jeweler, it's not a good sign.
Lawsuit that Floyd Mayweather and Tiger is being hit with.
Wow.
So apparently it's over some stolen jewelry and or at least allegedly, and the entire story is pretty crazy, and the fact that they're calling it RICO was pretty wild as well, because apparently there was some type of, at least what is being alleged, some type of scheme set up and ran by these celebrities in order to get away with taking free jewelry off of jewelers.
In the United States, when someone is financially overwhelmed, they can file for bankruptcy through a federal court. It's a legal process where a person either liquidates assets to pay off debts or restructures those debts under court supervision. Mike Tyson, another boxing legend, went through it. At one point, Tyson had earned close to $400 million, but after years of reckless spending, bad contracts, and personal issues, he ended up filing for bankruptcy in 2003 with $27 million in debt. So far, Mayweather hasn't filed anything officially. As of now, he is presumed to be financially solvent. But if the signs keep piling up, unpaid bills, lawsuits, selling off property, it could only be a matter of time. The truth is, no matter how much you make, if you outspend it, you will go broke. One prominent boxing promoter once said it best, "When you start counting your money, that's when you don't have money."
Floyd's broke. You gotta understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion, Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Mayweather's constant flaunting of wealth on social media doesn't impress everyone. In fact, fans have grown more critical. Some see his need to show off as a sign of deep insecurity. He is really insecure as F, one fan wrote online. Another called him the most insecure person I have ever seen. These aren't haters, they're longtime fans who've watched Mayweather for years. People who once admired his discipline, talent, and ability to turn boxing into a business. But now, many are tired of the circus. They see a man who seems more desperate to prove he's rich than actually enjoying his wealth.
How was he? Like,
oh, so he's fake as hell.
Oh, really?
Oh my God. He's so fake and he's insecure as hell. And the thing is, I don't even care about saying all this stuff. Yeah, you're not gonna fight me.
Others commented on the deeper meaning behind Mayweather's behavior. One wrote, "Someone who has to flex is usually self-conscious and feels the need to flex to make themselves feel better in comparison to others." They pointed out Floyd's documented reading struggles, saying that his obsession with material things might stem from years of feeling inadequate in other areas. Still, some remain loyal, who see Mayweather as the ultimate success story. Dropping out didn't stop him from reaching the top. Impressive as always, one fan wrote. Another added, "The greatest boxer of all time showing what he's earned. Floyd the GOAT."
Yeah, as you often say, you're just a guy with a job. I have a job, though. So who would you fight next?
And guess what? Your job don't pay like my job.
Well, it depends.
Your job don't pay like my job.
That brings me to another point. Why are you coming back?
I can make $200 million in 18 months because I want to. Because I want to come back and steal some more money. Is that okay with you?
It's fine. Okay, I enjoy watching your fights.
Okay.
Who might be next?
But even his most dramatic gestures have started to backfire. Take, for example, the situation at Selfridges, the luxury department store in London. During a recent trip, Mayweather gave a generous tip of 2,000 euros to the store's security guards for protecting him during a massive shopping spree. But the guards never saw the money. Selfridges management decided the tip should be donated to charity instead. Security was livid. According to one source, they felt robbed, stripped of the one moment of appreciation in a job that often goes thankless. Personal shoppers who helped Mayweather were allowed to keep their own tips, reportedly 3,000 each. But the guards were told no, even when they asked to choose the charity or see a receipt. They work for a contracted firm, not directly under Selfridges, which made it hard for them to fight back.
What I'm doing right now, that's what I do every day. Shop. That ain't nothing like. Couple bucks. Greg, come with me. I didn't get these. Yeah. I did?
Yes.
Okay, we make the best of it.
One of the guards even considered protesting, but was too scared of losing his job. And this kind of story only adds to the public's perception that Floyd's empire is shaky. That even when he tries to be generous, the move ends up sour. Mayweather's Selfridges visits are well known. He walks through the store like a king, flanked by bodyguards, spending up to $200,000 in a single visit, and reportedly gets a 10% discount every time. He's treated like royalty, but the cracks in that image are starting to show. In 2023, he spent 4 hours in the store and walked out with over 40 shopping bags.
Hey. This is how the champ does it.
His recent moves, his bid for a minority stake in the New York Giants, and the launch of his supplement brand, 101, have triggered a wave of skepticism among fans, critics, and even some professionals within the business and combat sports communities. Despite the polished press releases and strategic partnerships, a growing section of the public isn't buying into the carefully curated image Mayweather is presenting. To them, these ventures feel more like smoke and mirrors than legitimate long-term plays. And it's not just casual observers pointing this out. Industry voices are beginning to echo similar doubts, raising concerns about transparency, motive, and sustainability.
There's a flex happening with Floyd Mayweather that we were all cheering and congratulating him from, but we might need to put a pin in that as some evidence comes forward that things may not be how they seem. So a couple weeks back, I talked about it here on the show. Floyd Mayweather said he dropped $402 million on 62 Manhattan rental buildings. But Business Insider went and did the research. They did their Googles, and they said they couldn't find any receipts that this is true. There were no deed transfers, no public record.
Let's start with the headline maker. Mayweather leading a group to acquire a 10% stake in the New York Giants. The reported price tag, A jaw-dropping $700 million. According to TMZ, a proposal is being prepped for submission, but as of now, it's still just a plan on paper. Mayweather's business partner Meyer Orbach offered the kind of vague confirmation that only adds to the suspicion. My partners and I are always looking at different opportunities, including ownership of sports teams. I can't comment further than that, Orbach told TMZ. The silence is deafening. In the world of big sports ownership, things don't move without money trails, firm commitments, and transparency. Leading a group doesn't automatically mean you're the money man. It could just mean you're the face. And that's exactly what fans and critics are starting to question. Is Mayweather really bringing in $700 million worth of investment power? Or is he fronting for a deeper-pocketed consortium to buy legitimacy and publicity through his name?
One of the best investments that I did was New York real estate. So it started off with 7 figures, and I was getting a certain amount of money every month. When I first gave them $5 million, I was getting $50,000 a month. So I said, yo, the money kept coming on the 18th every month. 50,000 would come in. I still was competing, I still was fighting, I still was active, and I still was making crazy money.
Veteran sports business analysts have chimed in, suggesting that the Giants' deal is a long shot, if not outright improbable. Ownership changes in the NFL aren't simple transactions. They require league approval, financial disclosures, and often years of planning. The idea that Mayweather, a man known for extravagant spending and proudly flaunting cash, would suddenly pivot to making a conservative, high-stakes long-term investment in a legacy sports franchise just doesn't appeal to many people. As one analyst put it, if he's really leading this group, where's the breakdown of who's putting in what? Why all the secrecy? And therein lies the rub. Lack of clarity breeds suspicion.
Sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
for money?
I
don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money.
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years.
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's spending,
It's a lot of expenses.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time Mayweather's business sense has been brought into question. His spending habits, particularly after the McGregor fight in 2017, only fuel these doubts. That bout remains his most lucrative venture ever, generating over $600 million in total revenue and 3 million pay-per-view buys in the US alone. Mayweather reportedly walked away with a payday north of $300 million. And yet, much of that income appears to have evaporated rather than grown.
Industry. We're gonna puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my money.
Multiple sources, including insiders from his own team, have hinted that the bulk of that cash was spent within months. Whether it was on high-end cars, luxury real estate, private jets, or gambling, the lifestyle of Money Mayweather often overshadowed any real investment strategy. Even Mayweather has at times acknowledged this reckless pattern, laughing off criticism by claiming he simply doesn't need to invest the way others do. But when that same person now says they want a piece of the NFL, eyebrows are bound to rise. Then there's his supplement brand, One of One, launched in January 2025 in partnership with Magnum Nutraceuticals and backed by WME. On paper, it seems like a solid move, leveraging his name, fitness image, and fan base into a booming wellness market.
Stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
He even used his signature work ethic as a pitch. I don't cut corners in the gym, and I won't cut corners with my nutrition. But for a man with no prior track record in the supplement or wellness space, critics argue that this venture feels hollow, another celebrity-branded product designed more for cash grabs than real health impact. Industry insiders are especially wary about celebrity-backed supplement lines. These products often prioritize flashy marketing over clinical evidence, and their actual effectiveness is rarely scrutinized by objective parties. Mayweather's claim that the product is backed by science hasn't been accompanied by third-party trials or peer-reviewed studies. It's all self-contained promotion, echoing a pattern that's become all too familiar.
And everybody in the crypto world is competing with one another. Whereas I feel like everybody should be able to choose what they want to choose and go with who they want to go with. I think everybody should work together. And what I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself.
That skepticism only deepens when paired with Mayweather's previous ventures, some of which have been accused of being little more than branding exercises. From digital currency projects that vanished without a trace to NFT ventures that fizzled, Mayweather's history in business outside the ring has been marked by inconsistency and limited follow-through. Critics are beginning to connect the dots. If his track record is erratic and his biggest financial wins were spent, then how can fans trust these new moves are anything more than a PR strategy to maintain relevance?
DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra card. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So like
we all know that.
Yeah.
Even Mayweather's own words in interviews paint a complicated picture. He once referred to his post-retirement exhibition bouts as legalized robberies. That admission, while brutally honest, casts a long shadow over everything else he does. If he openly admits to using his celebrity status to cash in on low-risk ventures while giving fans little of real value in return, why wouldn't the public apply that same logic to these new moves? What do you think? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more.